Video games! Video games ahoy! Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. Hello everyone, my name is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome to Let's Talk Gaming. And in today's video of Let's Talk Gaming, I will be going over my PlayStation 5 game collection. I will be going through some of the prices of the games that I paid for, because I want your takeaway of this video to be that you can do next-gen gaming on a budget and get some really good deals if you look out there and if you have a bit of patience as well. Some of the games in this video are full price, and I will go over them. I've also got on my phone by here a list of the video games that I've bought and where they are and everything and stuff like that. So I'm going to go into everything in detail basically. So wherever you are in the world, hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, week, month, or year, wherever you are. Let's begin. So I'm going to start off with the PlayStation bundle that I got myself, which is it was £586 on game, and this was the PlayStation 5 bundle with a red controller, it's the Cosmic Red controller, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now I haven't got that here in my collection. That game is currently with my good friend Tom, aka 90 Gold. He is currently playing this and borrowed it off me because I played and finished the game. The game was pretty good, pretty happy with that. That came with the bundle, so just get that out of the way to begin with. That wasn't the Ultimate Edition, which has the Spider-Man PS4 game on it. This was just Miles Morales standalone on its own. Okay. The other game that I have is Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, which is a game that I got from Game as well. I paid £35 for it. At the moment, that is with my friend Lord Rex, so it was borrowed off me. I played it for like an hour or so. It was pretty good. Starting to get into it. But it's a sort of game that I can pick up and play it whenever I want to, basically. So I borrowed Ratchet and Clank off him, played it, loved it, got the Platinum Trophy on it, and I let him borrow that off me as well. So those two games aren't in this collection. Now, when we get started here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with a couple of PS4 games, and everything else is purely PS5, okay? Two PS4 games are Ghost of Tsushima, which is one of the best games I've ever played, and Tales of Arise. Both these games were purchased around the same time. It was our wedding anniversary in September of last year. Panda bought me Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4. At the time, it was reduced to like £30 odd, I think. And I bought Tales of Arise for Panda. It was released in end of September, I think it was. And I pre-ordered it for her at full price, which was like £50 through Game. And literally a week or so after getting these games, I was finally successful in getting the PlayStation 5. That's why I got the PS4 versions of these games. However, with Tales of Arise, it's a free PlayStation 5 upgrade. It actually says in the box there, PlayStation 5 upgrade available. Ghost of Tsushima is the director's cut, so you have to pay like £20 or £30, which I haven't done. So I played and got the Platinum on Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation 5, but I did it on the PS4 version. If I wanted to go back into the game, pay for the upgrade, I could auto pop the trophies and get another Platinum if I wanted to. But I want to get those two out of the way. Right, so I'm going to go in order. It's an alphabetical order of what's in my tray, and I have 4 games that I bought today, this morning, at the time we recording this video, which I'll go. I'll start off with, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you, I have a PS5, you can probably see some of the games there. I got a PS5 cover, which I got off Etsy for £10, which is really, really handy. My games neatly. I got a little like gaming center downstairs, which is pretty cool, with everything sort of in one area of the living room. Proud of. So I might put a photo in the video now, just to show you a little bit of what that looks like. I'm going to start off with this game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I owned this on PS4. I sold it on PS4. And then when I got my PS5, I was looking for games to get for it. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla was reduced to like £22 on eBay. And I went in and got it for that price. I haven't played it yet on PS5. But it's one of those games that I have in my collection and I will play eventually. It's sort of deep in the backlog. I will play it. But I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed, so that's why I bought that. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Next up, we have Control Ultimate Edition. I paid a grand total of zero for this game. Reason being, I had a lot of points on my game card, enough where I could literally buy the game for nothing. So, game I think at the time was £35 in game, and I had well over £35 in reward points. I think what happened was I pre-ordered Tales of Arise for Panda. I got entered into like a store, my local game store. I got into a draw where I was the winner, that month's winner. People who pre-order in store basically, and they give you like £50 worth of in-store credit on your game rewards card. I was like, yep, thank you very much. So I had money to burn, and I got Control out of that. So I paid nothing for Control. So basically, sometimes it does pay to pre-order. So if I didn't pre-order this, I wouldn't have had this for nothing. So sometimes pre-ordering does work. I would definitely recommend not to pre-order if you can help it. I am pretty old school like that. Unless you can afford it, you think the game's going to be really good, and you're happy to do it there and then, basically. But other than that, don't really pre-order. So Control Ultimate Edition, I haven't played it yet. I will play it at some point. It's in my backlog, and I'm looking forward to it. So next up, we have a game that isn't mine. This is Panda's game, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. We played the original years and years ago. Played Remake when it first came out on PS4 last year or the year before, whenever it was. And then she sold it on eBay when she had it, and she was like, I'm done with it. And then the Intergrade was like released and announced, and she was like, I want to play the extra stuff. I want to actually get the game again. The game was quite pricey at the time, and for months and months she was tracking it, and then eventually it came down to like £32, I think. The game might have been, I'm not sure. But she went and bought it for herself. So this is Panda's game, Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. Okay, that's hers. Next one is my game, and it is Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Marvel, I like DC. I'm not one of these people that's super into either. I quite like different franchises within both IPs. But probably Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite Marvel ones. The game is really enjoyable. I finished this recently, about 2 weeks ago. I completed this. There's a video on this channel about it as well. I just missed out on the platinum, so I'm kicking myself. I can go back and do it. I got a save file, but it'll take hours and hours of me going back through the game again just to get like 3 trophies. So I'm kind of like, I'm bummed out at the moment. I will play it probably in a year's time when I'm feeling up to it again, and I'll try and get the platinum then. So it's in my back burner for the platinum, but the game itself is really enjoyable. And I paid £22 for this. It's like the magic number. A couple of games I got here cost me £22. But this was £60 brand new, and it came out in October 2021, so a month after I got the PlayStation 5 itself. And then around Black Friday, so a couple of months back when Black Friday was a thing, it was reduced 50% in game, from £60 down to £30. Again, I had points on my reward card. I used that, and I ended up getting it for £22. So really pleased with that, and it's a good, enjoyable game. If you can get this reduced, I'd recommend it definitely. Next up, and it's not £22 this one, it is actually £16. Quite a cheap one. Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I played this 3 years ago now, I think, when it came out, and it's quite interesting. So I have this like internal target every year that I will complete one video game, as in complete the story and get to the end of the game every single year. Like, you know, every year that I've been a gamer, I've always played a game to its conclusion. So it's any story-based game like Assassin's Creed or anything. And 2019 was the year that we got married. We had our cats into our house, and there was just so much going on that I didn't have much time to game at all. And I had this on PS4. I rushed through the game, literally within like a week. I rushed through it, and then I finished the game on New Year's Eve, a couple hours before the year ended. So I kept my thing going by finishing it. But I always felt like I rushed through it and didn't give it a good chance. And I quite enjoyed it, but I was like playing like super speed basically. I saw that it was in Argos for £16. It'd come down by quite a bit. I think it was like £40 only a few months prior. Then it dropped to like 20 something, and then it dropped to 16 in November, I think it was. And I was like, I'm getting that because I know I want to play it again. I don't have my PS4 copy anymore because I mentioned this on the channel before, but I got rid of a load of PS4 games when I finished them and stuff. So I was like, yeah, this will go in my collection. It'll go into the backlog, but it will be played. And I know the Platinum Trophy is quite straightforward. And now that I'm looking to get trophies more so than I used to a few years ago, that's also a target as well. So Jedi Fallen Order, I have that in my collection. This next one's quite funny. So I got next game. Let me just check the price. I don't want to give you false information. £13 off Amazon, right? So £13 off Amazon. That's what I mean. It's a PS5 game. So it's next gen gaming. And the last few games that I've said to you, so got £22 Guardians of the Galaxy, a brand new game. £22 Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out like 2 years ago. Jedi Fallen Order came out like 3 years ago, £16. And the next game, Man Eater, which is the shark game, Man Eater, £13 off Amazon. Again, this is a game I've been tracking for a while, and then I saw it go down to like £13, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, now is the time to buy it." It's quite a straightforward game. You play as a shark, you swim around, you collect things. Start off quite small, and you were kind of like the prey when you start off with. But then you go around eating people, doing targets and stuff, and then you get bigger and bigger until you become like the alpha male, the apex predator of the ocean. There's a platinum trophy for this game, which I'm going to be going for. I haven't played it. I just watched some reviews and stuff. That's why I knew I wanted to get it. I thought it'd be cool. So, like I said, I got it from Amazon for £13, and on the front of the cover, it looks fine, doesn't it? It's it's all in English and everything. Well, apart from the 16, you won't be able to see it by here, but German. And then on the back cover, I bring it in a little bit closer, as you can see, it's all in German, which I think is quite hilarious. I didn't realize it at the time, but I just bought it off Amazon. It got delivered like next day through Prime, and then I was like looking at it, and I was like, hang on, some German on the front. I didn't look at the back. I looked at the front. I saw the age rating. I was like, that doesn't say like age rating or Peggy 16, whatever, which it usually does. I was like, that's weird. And I turned around and it's German. I was like, okay, that's quite funny. So I have a German copy of Man Eater from Amazon UK somehow. I don't know what happened there. So that's Man Eater for £13. Pretty good. The next game I've played recently, I got the platinum for it recently, and I'm super, super happy. Game. I did a video on it as well, which you would have seen, and it is the Pathless. What a fantastic game! I got this for £10. £10, that's all, off eBay. On PlayStation Store right now, this is a £30 game. It's an indie game by Giant Squid and Anna Perna Interactive, which are the company that are working on Stray, which is the new upcoming game through where you play as a cat. It's like a platforming game, and you go to like solve puzzles and stuff. It looks really cool, and if Pathless anything to go by, then that game should be amazing. Fingers crossed, touch wood. They've shown some footage of it at E3 last year, so that's why I'm like, get it, you know. But this game is amazing. Like I said, it's really fun. I'm not going to go over too much ground here because I got a video about it on the channel. If you go back on the channel and watch, you'll see what I say about that. But £10 off eBay, like I said, and it's currently £30 on the PlayStation Store. So if you can get on eBay, great. For about £10, you're getting a fantastic game. And the last game in my tray right here, which I'll take out, which you can just see, I've just given it away, is Star Wars. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. If I open it up, empty. That's because I'm currently playing. This is the game I'm currently playing at the moment, Lego Star Wars. And this breaks the tradition, more or less, apart from Miles Morales of my games, which came as a pre-order, came as a bundle with the console, which meant that it was full price anyway. This is the only full price game that I have in my games, because everything else I've bought at a reduced price, which was well below retail value, which I'm pretty proud of, that I've got a next-gen library to work through, my sort of backlog and my gaming library and stuff, my physical copies, which is something that I'm proud of, and I want to keep building and keep growing my physical copies. I want to get a nice shelf at some point, and at the end of this console generation, I want to be in a position where I can go, oh look, I've got 50, 100 games, however many I'm able to get in that time. Games are quite pricey, and be like, I'm proud of that collection. I got good quality games here that I'm proud of, that I've enjoyed, etc., and can recommend. And it's like a generational thing where, in years to come, I might have kids of my own. It's the legacy of it. Be like, oh, look where I got. That's kind of why I want to get physical copies of PS5 games for this generation. But Lego Star Wars, it breaks my tradition here. I pre-ordered this. I think I pre-ordered it when you could first pre-order it, like end of January, it might have been, or it might have been the first week of February or something. I'm playing through right now. I finished The Phantom Menace, and I finished Attack of the Clones as of this video. And obviously there's 9 films to go through. It is amazing. It is one of the best games I've played on PS5 so far. The haptic feedback and controller vibration stuff is pretty good in the game. The comedy in the game is hilarious, as you would come to expect with Lego games. Music is great as well. It's just John Williams, the Star Wars, it's always stunning. And the amount of versatility in the game, the fact that it's not just the 9 films, that there are side quests, side missions, there are space battles. Game is quite deep, and I love that. So Lego Star Wars would recommend, and I paid £50 pre-order through game £50. So that's the end of the collection here. So these are a bunch of games that were in my PS5 holder, my game holder, plus the two PS4 games that I mentioned earlier on. But I have 4 games to go through by here now as well. So I'm going to start off with this first game. This isn't my game. It's actually sealed still. You can see it's still sealed, and it's Ghostwire Tokyo. This is Panda's game. We were out this morning. We were doing some shopping, getting some stuff ready. Do what you do. We were out in town. Went to a local game. I said to her, I got some points in my card, as I do. I want to have a look for a particular game, which I'll get to in a second. And she saw this, and she was like, "Oh, I want to play this. Looks amazing." And I was like, I can be a nice husband. I can buy that game for you. She's going through a bit of a tough time at the moment, so I wanted to do something nice for her. So I bought this for Panda. So this is another one of Panda's games. So she's got about 3 or 4 games herself here. But like I said, it's still sealed. It hasn't been opened yet. Hasn't been played yet. So I can't really comment on it too much as far as what the game is like or anything. But if I read the back cover by here, it looks interesting. It looks a bit like Control. I'm getting like Control vibes from it, even though I haven't played Control. I've seen Control online. And hopefully that'll be a good game for us. And then these next 3 games are all mine. I'm going to show you straight away. We got Alan Wake Remastered, A Plague Tale Innocence, and Immortals Phoenix Rising. So Immortals Phoenix Rising, I've been told, is a lot like Breath of the Wild in a sense. It's like a Breath of the Wild light PS5. I've seen this game really cheap for a long time now, and I'm in RN when I've been in game and stuff in the past or online looking at stuff. Should I get it? Shouldn't I get it? But the game that I really wanted out of all of these was Plague Tale Innocence. I wanted to get Plague Tale Innocence when it came out on PS4 like 2-3 years ago when it came out, and I was like, oh, I want to get that game. It looks amazing. And when I went into game today, these 3 games were in the 3 for 2 category. So I was like, oh, interesting, 3 for 2. I've already got points on my card. They've got the game that I want, Plague Tale Innocence, but it's in this deal. What else can I do? And I picked up like 5 games, and then I sort of looked at the 5 and went, right, which 3 are you definitely wanting to get out of these 5? And Plague Tale was one of them. Alan Wake Remastered was one of them, because I haven't played Alan Wake, but I know it's a pretty good game. I know it'll be a good game in my collection. And then Immortals Phoenix Rising. So basically, these 3 games were in the 3 for 2, and what they do is they charge you the 2 most expensive, and then the cheapest one you get for free. As it worked out, Alan Wake was £18, and then these 2 were both 15. So basically, I had Immortals Phoenix Rising for free, and then you pay, what was it, 18 plus 15? It's like 32, £33, something like that. I had points on my card. I used the points on my card, and I got the 3 games for a grand total £21. £21 for 3 PS5 games, which worked out £7 a game. And it just goes to show, like, if you shop around and stuff, you can get some really good quality games, and you can grow your PlayStation library quite exponentially. Like, if I hold them, this is my entire PS5 collection. We're in April right now, 2022. I've had my PS5 8 months since September. That is pretty impressive, I think. And like I said, out of all of these games, if I exclude Ghostwire and Tales of Arise and Final Fantasy, because those 3 are Panda's games, all the other games, barring Lego Star Wars, I have had for quite a good price. Come to think of it, it's quite a good price. And I know I mentioned game quite a lot, but having a game rewards card and using game quite a lot for stuff is quite useful. So yeah, it just goes to show that with video games, you can get some really good deals out there. Shop around, don't pre-order unless you necessarily have to, and keep an eye on prices in different stores. I've mentioned Amazon, Argos, eBay, and Game Here, 4 different stores that I keep an eye on all the time. And eventually, when the deal is good enough for me, I go and get it. So that's basically the message from this video. Hope you all enjoyed. I've been Dragonheart. Until next time, goodbye.